Hi, I'm Joe Lazoo. Welcome back to KCZIN. Today's discussion is a rather intriguing in terms of what's taking place. However, it's also one that is heart-wrenching just as well. Now, we're already pretty much familiar with the killing of Daunte Wright, how he was killed, and unfortunately the sentencing that was given to his murderer of just 24 months, actually 16 months, by walking out. So this is not even a sense of justice. It doesn't even look like it or feel like it. This is a complete kick to the curb to our people. Our people have been kicked to the curb by the justice of the judge who actually conducted that case over what they call leniency for a murderer. And here's what the father of Daunte Wright had to say about the sentencing.
I want to just say, I feel cheated. I feel hurt. I'm very upset that my son's life was taken, and that it seemed to me that nobody even cared enough. It was like they were so tied up into her feelings and what's going on with her that they forgot about my son being killed. Her life was taken, and it's just sad to say that I feel like we was tricked. We was limited on everything, on what to even say. I feel like, and it's just sad that our justice system, we actually thought we was going to get a little justice. Nothing could ease our mind from Daunte being killed. But just the fact of knowing that this lady was going to pay for that, it gave us a little sense of hope, like, things were going to get a little bit better. But now, I walk out of this courthouse feeling like people are laughing at us because this lady got a slap on the wrist, and we still every night sitting around crying, waiting on my son to come home. I'm upset.
Also with him, in terms of ideas, are more people in Minnesota who are quite upset. These are supporters in terms of the actual killings that are taking place in the state of Minnesota, where you have the actual conviction of a black police officer, Mohammed Noor, who received 12 and a half years immediate sentencing of his actions for the same exact charge that Kim Potter got, and she got 24 months. He gets 12 and a half years for what he did out of it. It was just manslaughter, it was an accident, it was not intentional, and yet he gets 12 and a half years for being black, and she gets 16 months for being white. And of course the judges, and they have an Asian judge. That's right, the Asian judge gave Kim Potter 16 months. So much for black people rooting for people of color, right? So it is clear that in this country, people of color, like Asian people, will give complete leniency to white people at the killing of a black person. This is what this country awards us. And of course, when you think about the rhetoric that your leaders are telling you that we have to get with people of color, there's nowhere in this country where people of color, what happens to be people who are not black, who are of other colors, whatever the colors happen to be, none of those people, the Asians, the Hispanics, that's right, even the Hispanics, they are not our friends. They will go against us just like the Asian judge did and the white judge did. This is about how black people are treated in this country. Just because they tell you you're a citizen, they don't treat you like you are a citizen of this country. And of course, let's hear specifically about this case.
Lost loved ones here in the state of Minnesota. I too lost the father of my son, Justin Tiger, who was beat to death and thrown in a dumpster by the St. Paul police August 19, 2009. On the day that Dante Wright was murdered, we were holding a rally for Justin Tigan when Dante Wright was murdered. We shut that event down to go out in Brooklyn Center to stand with this family. This family is hurting. This family is disappointed. This family has been disrespected. All of our families have been disrespected. This is a slap in the face. This is a spit in the face. For them to give a woman who murdered Dante Wright 2 years, and she's gonna do a year and a half after killing a black man here in the state of Minnesota. This is the epitome of disrespect. The community's back is up against the wall. How much do you expect us to take? Is our lives not valued enough? Justine DeMond did not get a verdict like this. A white woman that was killed on accident by a black officer here in the state of Minnesota. There was no video footage. And the officer got locked away right away. Why do we continue to see the difference? They're doing it right in front of our faces. They're showing us what black men lives mean here in the state of Minnesota. There has been over 470 murders at the hands of law enforcement here in the state of Minnesota in the last 20 years. We're putting our lives on the line. You won't pass legislation. The legislators won't pass legislation. They get the families in the courtroom and they give somebody 2 years, which they're going to do a year and a half. What do they expect our community to do? What else do they want from us? We can't take it. Our backs is up against the wall. We cry and we plead and we beg. And they do nothing. They do nothing. This is what they do. This is not justice. This is appeasing. This is appeasing.
Again, it is very clear. There is no solution in this country. They have gone through the entire gamut in the state of Minnesota. They've gone to the district attorneys. They've gone to the actual judges. They've gone to the police officers. They've even gone to the state legislators, not just the city officials, not the mayor and the chief of police. They've gone beyond them. They've gone direct to the actual final decision makers of the state, which is the legislators of the state of Minnesota and even the governor himself. And all of them refuse to pass a law to help black people. Every single legislators, including the black ones, they'll tell you, well, I'm trying, but yet they can't get anything done. So this is the time that we have to have the serious conversation. And I know for some people, it's a conversation that really bugs them, but you are now facing reality. You either continue in this country with no solution, and there will never be a solution. It hasn't been one for 400 years. There won't be another 400 years without any other solution. You have that choice today to pick. Do I want to stay in this country for the next 400 years without a solution? Or we can start our own country. This is a real discussion. This is a real choice that we have to make. We either decide as reasonable human beings and think about the welfare of ourselves as a people and put that above all other people, Hispanics, Asians, and all other people, because none of them are helping us. It's up to us to make this decision. We form our own country, our own nation, and create laws that protect our family against other people and have the security to defend ourselves against any harm that may approach us. It's time for us to seriously consider forming our own nation. I am one of those people, and we form a political party with that particular purpose so we can gather ourselves, create legislation for ourselves to form a nation for ourselves, the nation of Mahali.